We've been conditioned to believe that strength means having it all together, showing no signs of weakness, and pushing through pain without ever admitting we need help. But the truth is, real strength doesn't start when you feel powerful. It starts when you feel like giving up. Your weakness is not a course. It's the doorway to something greater. It's the very place where the greatest breakthroughs are born. When you reach the end of your own strength, you're not disqualified. You're ready. In moments when you can't go on, when you've cried the last tear you thought you had and whispered in the dark, "I can't do this anymore," something powerful begins to stir. You're not breaking down. You're breaking through. It's not a sign that you've lost. It's a signal that you're about to discover a new level of strength that doesn't come from you, but flows through you. The world teaches you to cover your cracks, to pretend you're fine, to keep smiling even when your soul is tired. But your weakness isn't something to be ashamed of. It's the place where strength begins to grow. Not the kind of strength that comes from pretending or pushing yourself to the point of collapse, but the kind that rises quietly, steadily, with purpose and power. When life pushes you to your knees, you're in the perfect position to rise. You see, strength doesn't just appear when things are easy. It's forged in the furnace of struggle. The very moment you say, "I can't do this," is when a deeper power answers, "You're not alone." That's when you begin to move beyond your own limited capacity and tap into something far greater than what you thought you had. This isn't about positive thinking. It's about truth. And the truth is, your limits don't define your destiny. Your weakness doesn't disqualify you. It qualifies you because it opens you to a strength that's not based on ability, talent, or background. It's based on surrender. And that surrender is not giving up, it's giving over. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. There's something incredibly powerful about admitting, "I need help." That confession doesn't make you fragile. It makes you unstoppable because it allows the strength that has been waiting for an invitation to step in and carry what you can't. We spend so much time trying to be everything for everyone. We wear our business like a badge of honor. But when the pressure builds, when the tears start to fall, when the smile fades and all that's left is the silent ache inside, that's when true strength begins to speak. And it whispers, "You're not done yet. Your story is not over because you feel weak. Your journey isn't canceled because you hit a wall. In fact, that wall isn't there to stop you. It's there to reroute you, to wake you up to the strength that's been inside of you all along." But sometimes it takes the pain to reveal the power. Sometimes it takes the falling apart to come together in a deeper, truer way. You're not losing control. You're letting go. And in that letting go, something divine, you're making room for the strength that doesn't shatter under pressure. It grows under it. So the next time you find yourself at your limit, don't panic, don't run, don't hide, pause, breathe. And remember, this is the beginning of something new. This is the moment when strength begins from the ashes of what you thought was your breaking point. You may not feel strong. You may not even look strong. But strength isn't about appearances. It's about endurance. It's about rising again and again, even when everything inside you is begging you to quit. There is power in weakness. There is glory in surrender. And there is strength in the simple, honest admission that you can't do it all. Because when you make space for that truth, you make space for a strength that will carry you further than your own effort ever could. You are not defined by the moments you stumble. You are defined by the decision to rise anyway. And the moment you admit, "I can't do this on my own," is the exact moment you discover you don't have to. Faith isn't about how you feel. It's about what you choose to believe, even even when everything around you tells you to give up. It's easy to have faith when life is smooth, when the doors are opening, and when your plans are working out exactly as you imagined. But true faith shows its power not in the good times, but in the moments of darkness, in the hours of uncertainty, in the battles where your emotions scream, quit, and your heart whispers, hold on. That's when faith becomes fuel. That's when it moves from an idea to a force. You don't need to feel strong to keep going. You don't need to feel peace to move forward. You need to trust that even when the storm rages, you're not standing in it alone. Feelings are real, but they're not facts. They come and go like waves, but faith remains. It anchors you when the winds of fear try to blow you off course. It holds you steady when the ground beneath you starts to shake. Even if you can't see the end of the path, even if the light ahead feels faint, faith says, take one more step. Not because you know what's coming, but because you trust that something greater is guiding you through. There are days when doubt will sit heavy on your shoulders, when your own thoughts will try to convince you it's over, when every emotion in your body will scream that you don't have what it takes. But faith isn't about pretending those feelings don't exist. It's about pushing forward anyway. It's about showing up, choosing to believe there's purpose in the pain, meaning in the mess, and hope in the heartache. Even if you cry through it, even if you stumble along the way, faith isn't clean or perfect. It's raw, it's gritty. It's the voice that says, keep fighting, when the world says, stay down. A faith isn't something you wait to feel. It's something you decide to use. It's the engine that keeps running when every warning light is flashing. It's the choice to keep building when you can't yet see the blueprint. It's the discipline of planting seeds, even when you're not sure if they'll ever grow. You may not feel strong enough. You may not see the full picture, but you were never asked to figure everything out. You were asked to keep going, to trust the process, to believe that every step, no matter how small, is moving you closer to what you were made for. When you feel empty, drained, or too tired to keep fighting, that doesn't mean your faith has failed. In fact, it means it's time to use it. Feelings come in waves, but faith is your anchor. It says, I don't understand this, but I believe something good will come out of it. It says, I don't have all the answers, but I know I'm not forgotten. It says, this is hard, but I still have a reason to move forward. That's the kind of faith that fuels resilience. That's the kind of faith that brings strength in the middle of weakness. You don't need fireworks. You don't need to be loud. You don't need to have it all together. Faith works in the quiet. It thrives in the unseen. It whispers in the silence, don't give up. Not now. Not yet. When everything feels like it's falling apart, faith reminds you that it might actually be falling into place. When your plans are disrupted, faith reminds you that delay isn't denial. When your dreams seem distant, faith tells you they're not dead. They're being developed. There will be days when faith feels like a fight. That's okay. It's supposed to. Keep swinging. Keep pressing. Keep believing. Because the moment you decide to believe in something greater than your struggle, you tap into a power that cannot be measured. You activate a strength that doesn't make sense to the world, but makes all the difference in your journey. You are not walking through your battles alone. Every step you take in faith, no matter how heavy your heart feels, is moving you forward. Faith doesn't promise the absence of trouble, but it does promise the presence of strength. It tells you that no matter what comes, you will not be crushed, you will not be abandoned, and you will not be forgotten. So don't wait to feel strong. Don't wait for the fear to go away. Move forward with your faith. Use it. Speak it. Walk in it. and watch how strength will rise in the exact moment you thought you had none left. There's a reason the hardest moments in life feel so heavy, so painful, so exhausting. It's because something inside you is being transformed. You're not just surviving the pain, you're being shaped by it. You're being built in the breaking. Every tear you cry, every night you lie awake, every time you feel like the weight of the world is crushing your chest, you are not falling apart for nothing. There is a deeper strength being formed in you, one that can't be built in comfort. Growth rarely happens in the easy seasons. It happens in the breaking, in the stretching, in the testing. The pain you feel is not pointless. It is preparation. Most people think strength is built when you win, when you conquer, when you're standing tall. But real strength is built in the low places. In the moments you can't see your way out. When you keep showing up even though your heart is broken. When you keep believing even though your dreams feel dead. That's where the building happens. It's not loud. It's not glamorous. It's quiet. It's internal. But it's real. And when it's over, you won't be the same. You'll be stronger, wiser, more grounded. You won't be shaken by what used to destroy you. The breaking seasons reveal who you really are. They show you what's in your core. They bring to the surface the grit, the resilience, the fire that's been buried under comfort or routine. They peel back the layers of who you thought you had to be and begin to reveal who you were always meant to be. And yes, it hurts. Yes, it feels like too much, but it's not destroying you. It's developing you. You are being stretched beyond your limits so you can carry more than you ever imagined. You are being refined so the gold in you can shine. Pain has a way of unlocking parts of that you didn't even know existed. It forces you to face fears you've avoided. It makes you let go of things that were weighing you down. It teaches you to trust, to surrender, to lean on strength that doesn't come from your own hands. You learn patience. You learn endurance. You learn to see beauty in things you used to overlook. And most of all, you learn that breaking doesn't mean ending. It means building something new. Think of a seed. Before it grows, it has to be buried. Before it blooms, it has to break. That moment underground, in the dark, in the unseen, is not the end. It's the beginning. And so it is with you. You may feel like you're in the dark, like you've been buried under disappointment, loss, failure, or heartbreak. But you haven't been buried to die. You've been planted to grow. What feels like the end is actually the start of something more powerful than you can imagine. What feels like breaking is the moment before breakthrough. You may not see the purpose in your pain right now. You may not feel the strength rising yet, but it is, slowly, quietly, consistently. Every moment you choose to keep going, every time you whisper, "I won't give up," you are being brick by brick, day by day. Strength is not always sudden. Sometimes it's a slow build hidden from view, until one day you look back and realize you've become someone who made it through what once felt impossible. Don't rush through the breaking. Don't wish it away. Let it do what it came to do. Let it shape you, deepen you, transform you. Let it clear away what was never meant to stay and make room for something greater. It's not just about what you're going through. It's about who you're becoming in the process. The pain you feel is not the end of your story. It's part of your becoming. You are not being torn down. You are being rebuilt from the inside out. So hold on, keep walking, keep breathing, keep believing. The breaking may feel unbearable now, but it's creating a strength in you that will last a lifetime. One day, something divine, you will look back and realize that what tried to break you actually became the very thing that built you into someone unstoppable. There comes a point when you've cried all you can cry, when you've thought of every way out, when you've wrestled with doubt, fear, and fatigue and nothing changes, that is the moment you make a decision, not to quit, not to run, not to collapse, but to stand. Even if it's with shaking legs and a trembling heart, there is something powerful about making the choice to stand when life tries to knock you down. Because that decision ignites strength. Not the kind of strength that makes headlines, but the kind that refuses to let hardship have the final say. Strength doesn't always roar. Sometimes it's the whisper that says, "I'm not finished." It's the moment you get off the floor after being pushed down by disappointment. Something divine. It's the moment you face another day after a sleepless night of worry. It's not about perfection. It's not about confidence. It's about choosing to believe that you're still here for a reason. When you choose to stand, no matter how broken you feel, something inside you begins to shift. You begin to remind yourself that though you've been hit hard, you're still breathing. And as long as there's breath in your lungs, there's a reason to keep fighting. The hardest part of rising isn't the action, it's the decision. The moment your mind says, "What's the point?" and you answer back, "I won't give up," you awaken something unstoppable inside yourself. It's in that decision that new strength comes. Not because the pain disappears, not because the circumstances change instantly, but because you've drawn a line. You've said, "I may be hurting, but I won't be held down." That's courage. That's grit. And that's how battles are won. Not always with big victories, but with quiet, consistent choices to stand one more time. You may not feel ready. You may not feel strong. That's okay. Strength doesn't ask for your feelings. It waits for your action. It meets you when you decide to rise, even when you don't feel like it. Every time you choose to stand, you silence the voice that says you can't make it. You prove to your own doubts that they don't have power over your future, even when the odds are stacked against you. Even when your heart is heavy, choosing to stand is a declaration that your story isn't over. It's a reminder that resilience is born in struggle. There are days when the easiest choice is to stay down, to shrink, to disappear into the pain. But easy won't build you. Easy won't lead you to purpose. It's in the fight that your character is formed. It's in the hard moments that your foundation is set. Every time you stand, even if it's slow, even if it's messy, even if it takes everything in you, you're becoming someone stronger than you were before. You're proving that nothing thrown at you can defeat the power that lives in you. When you stand, you also inspire. Others are watching you, not for your perfection, but for your perseverance. Your decision to keep going could be the light someone else needs in their darkness. Your strength in struggle sends a message. It's possible to rise. And that message carries weight. It carries hope. You're not just standing for yourself. You're standing for everyone who thought it couldn't be done. And even if no one sees it, even if no one applauds, your choice matters. It matters deeply, because in the quiet decision to rise, you are rewriting your future. You've made it through much to let this be the end. You've survived things that were meant to destroy you. Don't forget that. You have a track record of rising. This moment may feel heavier, but so are you. Heavier with wisdom, with experience, with fire that's been forged in trials. You are not the same as you were. And that's why this time, when you choose to stand, you're not standing as someone who's barely hanging on. You're standing as someone who knows that strength will meet you when you move. Stand up, not because it's easy, not because everything's fine, but because you are stronger than you feel, braver than you know, and more capable than you realize. Stand up and keep going. Your strength is rising with every step.